All right, future heroes. Let's do a quick check right now to make sure that everything is working. So you should have already just finished your start and stop. We are going to be getting into painting into our panel. But before we do that, I want to make sure that our panel is working. So I am going to run my void of my main, and you should get something that looks like this. This is a 500 by 500 window, and we've got it's called Snake up here. This is our window that we're going to be working in. So I can click X on this, and now we're going to start populating inside of that window, that panel that we have made it. So we're going to go over to this one, which is public void paint graphics G, and we are going to start painting some graphics on here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a clear rectangle. So this is going to have our shape and our boundaries that we're going to set. So this is g.clear rectangle. It's a command that is found inside of our graphics add-on. So we're going to do 0 by 0, which is where it starts at. So we want it 0, 0, and then our width and our height, which remember we already set those at 500. So we have our width and our height. Now, before I fill in this with a nice black background color, make it very easy to see our shape as our snake glides across the page, we are actually going to set up a, whatchamacallit, we are going to set up a grid, because that's how we're going to populate the snake. We are going to have it turn on different blocks on the grid as it goes along. So we can do that with two separate for loops. So we are going to say that for int integer I, so this is our instance, is equal to 0. So that's our very start. So we're starting at our edge. And then we are going to say our range is, well, I is less than our width divided by 10. Because we're going to use instances and we're going to make those grid, so every other one. And then we're going to step up what is I. So we'll do I, and we are going to plus plus to step that up into one block over, or one tile. And let's go over here, and we are going to draw a line in this. So we are going to do g dot draw line. Notice we're not using the 2D line. We're just going to use our regular one line. It saves on the number of imports that we have. So 0, this is going to be I times 10, because we're going to just space it out like that. And then 0 I times 10, because remember we've got these two values are the same. We've got our x and our x. So we're doing this along the x-axis, and we are going to say that our height is our other y instance. So all the way up and down, what is our height? Cool. So that looks good. So we now have one. We have our lines that are going across the width, but now we want our lines that are going across the height. So we are going to create another for loop over here. And I am actually just going to copy and paste this. So command copy, command paste. And now there's a couple little edits that we want to make to this. For instance, we are not going across the width now, we are going across the height. And then over here, we want to make sure that our zeros are symmetrical. So we're gonna do 0. This one over here is going to be our I times 10, and then this will be our height, and this over here is going to be our I times 10. Cool. All right, so we have got that over there. Let's compile this. We're going to compile this, and now let's run. Yep, we get a nice grid system just like this. So we are going to be using these spots to throw in our snake as we go across. All right, so before I let you go, we are going to add a black background. So I'm going to do g.set color and color dot black. And then the next thing that we're going to do is draw our total rectangle. So we are going to do a g dot fill, and we're going to fill rect, and that is going to be a 0, 0. So starting at that top corner, and then the rectangle should expand the entire height and width. So we can set that up as well. We'll compile that, and when we run this, we should just get a black box. So right there. Cool. All right, that was your video on setting up the void paint over here inside of our graphics on our program Snake. Talk to you later.